I was on shots all the way up until changing over to the Omnipod. The tubeless pump is the only option. Given what I do as a sport, which is the sport of strongman, if I have tubes on my body, that poses a risk during my sport. If I'm carrying a 200 or 300 pound implement in front of me and I get tangled up in the tubing, it's hazardous. So for me, it was a no-brainer. When I first started competing, I had no devices, just a syringe and a vial. And so we were checking up to 25 times a day, and we were administering insulin before and after every event. So with the mindset involved with that is that it took up a lot of headspace that I then couldn't put on the strategy of what I was doing. The stress to my family, because my wife was obviously always my handler, poor woman. She had to keep track of all that. So she's constantly, got everything on her, all the kit. She's making sure, all the carbs are handy, syringes and the vials. With doing the multiple daily injections, I had a running calculator in my head at all times. And so, whereas I could pull the PDM and see how many units I have on board, all that was being run in my head at every given moment. That's a ton of information that just sits. And so I was the log that the Omnipod keeps on its own. So I've competed a couple of times with the Omnipod. It's just easier. For me, Omnipod is ease. I mean, that's the thing is how do we get something that removes the burden? And for me, that's the Omnipod. Hi, I'm Rodney Miller, and I've been a podder since 2017.